1, 2, 1, 2, Rich Rising, and welcome back to the Hip Hop Hammock. It's your boy J Rob. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video if you care. Joe Budden court date was rescheduled and moved up to earlier just a couple of days ago, and he was found not guilty. That's right, he was not found not guilty, and all the charges have been cleared. Now, the way that the press had a field day and was very loud about the charges, it has not been the same since he's been cleared. Okay, let's take a listen and react to Joe Budden explaining how it all went down in court on episode 789. And wait, they're back at the condo. They're back at the condo in Edgewater filming for now. Last month, they went back to Park's basement while Joe was going through his legal battles with Edgewood Police Department and his neighbors. They're back on the white couches, and they're in front of the waterfront in the background. Let's take a listen.
How do we do this? How do we do this here? Long story, longer than it should be. So everybody here knows I have my sleepwalking
Yes.
You talked about it on the pod.
incident.
Yes.
Briefly, I mean, I said that I was sleepwalking somewhere that I shouldn't have been sleepwalking.
Yeah, true.
So I'll expound on that a little bit. Some people here know, those of you out there may not know. For a few months now, I've been having an ongoing battle with this racist couple.
Now, Joe has mentioned in the past that he was getting complaints from his neighbors, mainly the wife of the neighbors. He mentioned on an early episode that when he had bought an old school classic Ferrari, the neighbors took issue with it, and they made an issue out of something that it wasn't. This is the same neighbor who had called the cops on him last month when he was sleepwalking. This is also the same neighbor that went as far as to tell the cops that he was pleasuring himself in front of her door, and she was scared for her life and thought that he was trying to grape her. Yeah, it got that bad. Let's take a listen.
He's Turkish, she's Russian. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. He's Turkish, she's Russian, she's a Karen. They have been doing all types of shit for months in terms of just complaining about noise and the smell and seeing black people and having to share spaces with black people. Mm-hmm. In my one conversation I've had with this lady, in an irritable moment for her, she said, "You people will never change. Y'all just refuse to grow." I was alone, so I don't know who you people or y'all was. I took that to be, okay, this lady's racist, and that explains some of the behavior. But that didn't stop. They've had me investigated by the building, who loves us here, by the way. Mm-hmm. They've had me investigated by the owner of the unit. They've complained about electrical outlets for my cars needing to be plugged in. They've complained about anything that you could possibly complain about for months.
That's a lot of energy.
Yeah, but I just be minding my business. So, like, if you're not in my zone, then that's it. But everybody don't operate like that. So these people have been doing this for months. This has been ongoing while we've been recording, and that's the door I slept walk to.
Yeah, that's the irony too. That's the ironic piece. Yeah.
That's the door that I decided to sleepwalk directly to, butt ass naked. Normally, you would think you knock on somebody's door, be like, "Hey, yo, you good?
Got some sugar?"
Yeah, I seen you over here. You was at my door with your dick out. But no. These people decided to misuse some of the systems that are in place for real victims, and they went to the police to file a report to say that Joe Budden was outside of their door masturbating on their door, and they don't know if I was there with the intention to R-word her and her family. So what would seem like a simple sleepwalking medical condition, no, turned into something much bigger. So I've been gone for a month having because I had a civil suit. This is my first time having like a civil suit. I don't know how these shits go. And it just so happens that the judge picked every pod recording day to have the trial. So Tuesdays, Fridays. So I understand that you fans were a bit perturbed, but sometimes you gotta wait. And if you know anything about me, you know if I'm not at work, there's a reason that I'm not at work. I love to work. So, yeah, civil suit, gotta go to trial. So I went to trial. And then the first day, she got up there, took the stand. Shout out to the judge, too. Before I even get into all that.
Now, Joe Budden did make mention that the lady stated in her police report that Joe Budden was masturbating outside of her door and that she feared for her life. Now, in New Jersey, the lewdness is defined as exposing genitalia in a way that's likely to offend or alarm a non-consenting adult. Lewd acts can include exposing genitals to arouse or gratify sexual desires, urinate in public, having sex in places where people might see you, like a beach or a car, moaning, exposing your buttocks to a crowd, sitting on a park bench with your genitals exposed, masturbating in a car where other people might see you, or having sex in a room where children or a mental disabled person might wander in. So in order for the lewd charges to stick, the act has to be intentional. Also, she made a statement that he was stalking her. And in New Jersey, stalking is defined as a course of conduct that involves repeated actions that causes a reasonable person to fear for their safety or the safety of others. Repeated actions. The action must be repeated on a 2 or more occasions. Of course, the conduct, the action must be part of a pattern or a behavior directed to a specific person. Causing fear. The action must cause a reasonable person to fear for their safety and the safety of others, causing significant emotional distress. So when it comes to stalking, this has to be a repeated action. That means Joe have to have had to follow her more than once, make some type of behavioral conduct towards her on a repeated pattern. So this can't be just a one-off or one-time occurrence. So that's why her police report was written and stated the way that it was, because she wanted the charges to stick. Let's get back to Joe telling the story.
Time. But anyway, so we go to court. All right, so we go to court.
This is the fastest trial in history, too. Like,
it wasn't fast to me. It wasn't fast to me. I was displaced.
True.
Yeah. I was displaced for over a month. So it wasn't fast at all. And every time I thought it would end, it didn't. I don't know nothing about this.
Right,
so if you tell me, all right, come in on the 12th, I'm like, all right, the 12th, we back. Hell no. She took the stand, got up there, a bunch of white girl tears, cried immediately. She got right to it. And you got to sit there and keep a straight face. Because the judge is watching. So you got to be like a human. You can't be like from hip hop.
You want to be childish?
No, this story gets funnier. I'll tell you when I wanted to be childish.
Okay.
So she get up there and she does all the crying. Oh my God, I was in fear for my life, and my kids saw this. And to be clear, I saw some of the think pieces out there saying, oh, if you was sleepwalking in front of kids, that was horrible. No, this lady showed this video to her kids. So
Basically.
How long was the video?
10 seconds. 10-second video. But the stalking is from the day before. All of this happened the 3rd and the 4th.
Okay.
Remember we heard all that noise?
No, it was irony that the day
we heard all that noise.
niggas was throwing bowling balls on the floor.
Yeah,
Yes.
I went up there, stood there to see if I heard some noise, left. The very next day was a sleepwalking shit. Cool. That was the end of day 1. But for lewdness, you need to be naked with the intent to sexually gratify yourself, which is why she lied on that paperwork to say he was masturbating on my door, as if I can't find a million better places to masturbate than that.
But if the shit is on record, that's a dumbass lie.
Which is why she told that dumbass he's masturbating on my door, whatever the fuck she said. So anyway, that's the end of day 1. They asked her well, my lawyer asked her if she thought that I was fully erect in the video. You know what she said? She said yes.
Wow.
That's where you wanted to be
That's so
childish.
disrespectful.
Right there
You was tight.
is where
You was tight.
he
You was mad.
wanted to
You was
be
tight.
so childish.
You was tight.
You gotta sit there. You just gotta.
The nigga wanted to get naked right there.
You gotta sit there with a straight face. Long story less long. Shit, I thought it would be over after that. The judge was like, I'm gonna sit on this for the weekend. I'm gonna sit on this for the weekend and come back to it. Again, I tip my hat to that judge. She was fair, reasonable.
That's all you can ask for.
Like,
Yep.
heard all the testimony, was attentive. She wasn't on no bullshit. And she came back and was like, she gave a whole breakdown, like, of everybody testified of their body language, their consistencies, their inconsistencies, their reasonability, the credibility. She did say I smirked a couple of times during the thing, but that lady was getting some bullshit off. Like, it's like, lady. So I hit up a couple of smirks, but that was the end of that. And by preponderance of the evidence,
Kick rocks.
yeah,
out of here.
because then she got into what some of these things mean. Stalking means by statute 8.25,
Words mean things.
2 or more times where you have harassed, threatened, made somebody in fear for their life, or yada yada, all of this shit that didn't apply to me. So she was like, by preponderance of the evidence, no, I don't find that is stalking. And lewdness in statute 6.423 says that you have to be nude where there's reasonable expectation for you to be seen. I wasn't seen. That Ring video means if you see me through a Ring door, that don't mean nothing. Like, nobody was in the hallway, nobody seen shit. And you have to be in the act of or trying to pleasure yourself. And she said, Mr. Budden was not erect. Mr. Budden was not masturbating. If y'all want to make jokes about my dick being small, go ahead.
I'm workshopping a few right now.
Let the nigga finish his story.
I got the Chinese shit just on deck.
The Chinese shit, right? Look at you.
I'm glad that you added his story.
Masturbating. The one time that he touched his penis, he appeared to be trying to cover himself. Mr. Budden was not trying to forcibly enter because that's what they say. He was trying to forcibly enter my place. But the video shows me trying to put a keypad in. It looked like I had to pee. It looked like a 10-second video of me having to pee. She was like, he's shifting his weight from one leg to another leg as if he has to use the bathroom. He's not forcibly trying to enter. He was out there for a total of 9 seconds, and it is for that I find, it's over for that. So, Mr. Budden, please take the necessary precautions to make sure that this never happens again.
Put the zap it on your door.
And all of y'all, get the fuck out.
Oh, they ain't even order you to do shit, though.
The order at the verdict? No.
Yeah, because he found her not guilty of anything.
Good shit.
Well, she said that I'm gonna wear pajamas.
There you go.
Man, wear some pajamas, wear some boxer briefs, put a zapper on the door. Man, tough lessons learned. So question, guys, is sleepwalking common? Do you guys know anybody who suffer from it, or do you suffer from sleepwalking? I don't know that many people that I've came across that sleepwalks. Anyway, Joe Budden dodges another bullet. Get in the comments and let's discuss. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy J Rob with the Hip Hop Hammock. Peace.